Thanks for saying this is fun. She was flying from LA to and our trip back around early
But they're already she stayed on.
Sydney afterwards.
She was quite the
Always
been there to help.
You're right. That's right. It's about
She did a
I wasn't sure if he was coming.
Then you have a brother too.
My brother, yeah, he's up in so I'm actually broadcasting.
Oh, are you?
So it's live broadcasting.
Judy looks like more people. I'll grab chairs from the back. I just want to walk in here. Is there a Gilbert?
Yeah, we used to live in It's pretty close to town.
That's how I feel about
So I'm not sure. Our officers.
Who is this?
Hey, good to see you. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Awesome. Very nice. All right. Thank you. Did you get out here?
No, actually, she's.
That's you.
Can I have your attention? We're in the process of making space for you all. And so if you don't have a place at the table, you can sit along the wall until it's time to eat. If you don't mind, just finding a chair. There's cold drinks in the back. So help yourself.
I wasn't sure if you were
I just made it back. John just told me about
I'm going to sit down because there may be harder
Okay. Wow. That's who is here. Okay, thank you. All right. I'm going to sit over here with you. Thanks. Oh, really? Oh, really? Wow. Wow. Yeah, really, it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. John's place right out there.
She's watching on the camera.
Yeah. I would say so, yeah. Nora and Nora. Yeah, they're good. Yeah. She's become my best friend.
Yeah. Can I have your attention again? Can everybody listen to? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. We've got the guest book. If you haven't signed in, you'll have plenty of time to do that later. We've got the bathrooms around the corner. If you're not familiar with this area, they're around the corner to the left.
Wow.
And we're going to start any minute. I realize we're crowded, and so I hope those of you sitting against the wall are comfortable. By the way, there's a drink in the back. It's Margaret's favorite, called a shandy. The British girls will know that, but it's half beer and half ginger ale. It's in a pitcher, so feel free to help yourself to that.
Yeah, there you go. Well, good job. All right, good deal.
I'm going to ask you to find a seat as we're able to so we can get started here. Can you not hear me? Okay. Perfect. That work? Okay. So, good afternoon and welcome to this special time to be together. My name is Kent Doss. I'm the minister at Tapestry Unitarian Universalist Congregation, just across the freeway in Lake Forest. Judy Rizzo, who some of you know, is a member of my congregation, and she introduced me to Margaret's son, Peter. I am thrilled to be invited to this day, to this event, to honor a life that I understand is pretty darn exceptional. And I, by all of the nods and smiles, that is such a delight to see. Before we move forward, if we might pause just a second to turn off or at least silence any cell phones or other beeping devices that would distract us.
About right in line. I have plenty of time.
So in our time together today, in this celebration, we invite the memory of Margaret to be with us. Each of you comes with your own memories. She's been a different relationship to each of you here, perhaps as a mother or a friend or a volunteer partner. She wasn't the same to any two people in this room, and she wasn't the same throughout her many years of life. Margaret grew and changed as we all do. Today, as we celebrate her life and make her present with us, We bring images of a woman who has touched so many lives in different ways. We bring these memories together so that the difficulty of losing her might be eased a little bit by a balm of love and memory. With gratitude, we come together to honor and remember Margaret Marflitt. I'd like to invite you to join me for a short prayer or meditation. Spirit of life, God of many names, we come together now to be still, to breathe in life with a sense of gratitude for its gifts of beauty, love, and grace. In this time of change, we affirm the cycles of life that we are all part of. There's loss and pain in these days. So we pause before the mystery. We name in our hearts all those who grieve the loss of Margaret, particularly her sons, John and Peter, and her wider family. May they be lifted on wings of love and hope and receive a balm of healing. Where there lingers any misunderstanding or regret, we ask for the healing power of forgiveness, and where there has been warmth and love, which it seems there has been in abundance, we evoke the healing power of gratitude. Today we also give thanks for Margaret's bright and determined spirit and the legacy that she leaves in this world. We give thanks for the light of love that persists through death and lives on in human hearts today. Amen. There's a short reading in our Unitarian Universalist hymnal that's often used for memorial services. As I got to know more about Margaret's life, I realized how fitting it is for her and for this event. It's written by George Odell. He writes, "We need one another when we mourn and would be comforted. We need one another when we are in trouble and afraid. We need one another when we're in despair and temptation and need to be recalled to our best selves again. We need one another when we would accomplish some great purpose and cannot do it alone. We need one another in the hour of success, when we look for someone to share our triumphs. We need one another in the hour of defeat, when, with encouragement, we might endure and stand again. We need one another when we come to die, and would have gentle hands prepare us for the journey. All our lives, we are in need, and others are in need of us." In just a moment, I'm going to invite anyone who would like to share their memories or thoughts about Margaret. But first, I'm going to share a little bit of an outline of her life, her very generous life I have learned about. Margaret was born in Gateshead, England, October 5th, 1932. On November 5th, 2023, she passed away at home here in Laguna Woods, surrounded by her family. Her fortitude and bright spirit carried her through 91 years of vibrant life. Margaret's parents were Robert and Marion Scott, and she had one brother, Malcolm. In 1955, she married William Marflitt. They were together until Bill died in 2010. They raised two sons together, John and Peter, who remember their mom with great fondness. They're especially grateful for being able to have spent extended time in this past year and the last year of her life. Margaret was a dedicated mother. She joined the Methodist Young Wives Guild shortly after marrying Bill to stay involved with the community. She made many friends wherever she went and maintained long-lasting friendships, which I know many of you can attest to. Her quick smile and outgoing personality broke through, making fast friends with those she met. She was always welcomed and warm. She was a joiner and a doer of all sorts. She always seemed to be trying to do some good wherever possible. If she had some spare time, she would volunteer at the hospital, knit caps for soldiers, make teddy bears for children, participate in fundraisers for charity, or whatever else needed doing. She tried to see the good in others and to engage everyone with positive words of encouragement and support. In 1966, she had what seems to be a bit of a superhero moment that demonstrated the depth of her caring. She was on a bus with 49 other passengers when the driver had a heart attack while driving the bus. Unflappable, Margaret rushed forward to pull the handbrake with the help of another passenger. She managed to stop the bus, saving countless lives of those on board. Her true heroism, though, didn't end there. After the near disastrous incident, Margaret contacted the family of the bus driver, sent a gift to his son, and offered any support she could provide in their time of need. Of course, runaway buses are a rare occurrence, but this one day of Margaret's life highlighted how she approached any challenge that came her way, it seems. Most of you here know Margaret was part of the Margarets synchronized swimming group for about 24 years. She loved being an Aquanet and probably saw it as one of her proudest accomplishments. She had so many fond memories in the pool. She was also a member of the Needlework Club, the Daughters of the British Empire, the Philanthropic Educational Organization, and the Audubon Society, all of whom I know are represented here today. As an avid knitter, she often made things for charities that she was involved with. Pretty much everyone I have spoken with appreciated her, what I'm going to call a British sensibility. Her ability to stay calm and carry on. She took charge of what was in her control and didn't worry about what wasn't in her control. It's a tremendous example, both for doing a lot of good in the world and having a pretty happy life. We've gathered here from various parts of Margaret's life with different memories and stories. But so that we can get a fuller picture and to fully celebrate her, I want to invite some of you now to share your thoughts about Margaret. I know that Judy's going to start and a few other people have something prepared after that. If anyone feels moved in the moment, that is welcome as well.
He stole a lot of the words I was going to say. What can I say about Margaret? We were friends for about 15 years. She was a travel companion. We went on cruises together, and we did a bus trip together, and we'd eat out together. But I'm here to speak for the Aquadets, not just for me. So this is all of our thoughts too. She was, the positive things I think about her was her gentle sense of humor, her steadfastness. She was very matter-of-fact, and she was kind. She was definitely a leader with us, very knowledgeable, and I just can't think of anything negative to say about her, frankly. She was an Aquadet, as Kent said, for 20 plus years, and she served as our treasurer and also as our president. And during her leadership, we saw our membership grow, and then it shrank again. We went down to 7 members at one point. Now we're up to 25 plus. So she saw all that happen. As a choreographer, she would choreograph our sculling numbers and our patriotic numbers. The sculling numbers are very difficult to do, very difficult to diagram, very difficult to teach, and that's when her frustrations would sometimes pop out. But sculling is just a matter of floating and making different kaleidoscope-like positions with our arms and our legs. It's hard to describe unless you've seen it, but it's very hard to teach, and she did it. She also choreographed our patriotic number, which was 2 songs, and it'd be the culmination of our 3-night aqua follies. And we'd have flags, we'd have colored guards sometimes, but it was very moving to see. And she choreographed that as well. In fact, the last number she choreographed before she passed was last summer. And she came to practice, she had it all on paper, she watched us, she'd help us. And then her sons would bring her down and have her watch us in the pool. And we'd give her, I guess, the kind of standing ovation you can when you're in the pool. When the deep end, we couldn't do it. But anyway, so she did see that, and that was the very last number that she did. Our newer members appreciated her gentle guidance. One member told me that she wouldn't have made the swimming team if it weren't for Margaret's helping her through the tryouts. And then the older members, we all appreciate, she was our go-to person, right? And any kind of past history or any kind of knowledge, we'd go to Margaret for that. On top of all this, she swam. We did a video one time. It was a music video, kind of a rock and roll thing. It was loud, but we went to UCLA and shot that. And people were amazed that we're shooting us, her age and her agility. And then we also did 2 television shows. One was with Jeff Goldblum, and that was on the Disney Channel. And then another one was with Be Positive, a CBS show. We were kind of like the beginning, the intro, and she got so much respect because they knew her age and they saw what she could do. And they were all very much in awe of what she could do. The amazing thing, we were oftentimes interviewed for magazines or newspapers. Why? Because we're unique. We're old. We put on bathing suits and pray around the pool. Many older people don't want to do that. We get our hair wet. We turn upside down. All those kind of things. So they would interview her, and she would be the spokesperson just because of her longevity and her knowledge. So she was often featured in these articles. Margaret, I'm not going to cry. The show will not be the same without you. But know that we're working hard and we're not going to let you down. We're going to take on what you instilled in us, the professionalism and the progress. And we miss your calming influence and your calming presence, and most of all, your British accent. Who'd like to come next? Do I see PEO standing up? Yes.
I'm older, so I walk slow. Oh, dear. Good afternoon. I'm Joyce Nanchi, President of PEO Group. We are all here today to honor Margaret's memory. What a girl she was and sister. And isn't the picture over there beautiful of her? It's so typical of her with the big smile, and she always looked like that. Margaret was a very soft-spoken, kind, caring, wonderful, and loving PEO member to all of us. You could ask her the last minute to help with anything, and she always got it done. She was one of my right hands. Margaret was a PEO member for many years. I found a membership card with her name on it from 2007, which is laying over on the table over there. She belonged to the OA chapter in Laguna Hills, which was disbanded last year, and was also a member of the Laguna Woods group. PEO stands for Philanthropic Educational Organization, which is a US-based international women's organization of about 213,000 women, with a primary focus on providing educational opportunities for female students worldwide. Our motto is, "Women helping women reach for the stars." The sisterhood is headquartered in Des Moines, Iowa, with chapters throughout the United States and Canada. Among other projects, it owns and operates Cody College, an independent college for women in Nevada, Missouri. We support young women and give scholarships to further their education. We would like to thank Margaret's family and sons, Peter and John, for their long love and help during her long illness and caring for her. When talking to her, Margaret would say, "I don't understand why it's taking so long." Can't you hear her saying that? Apparently, God was not ready to welcome her home. We will all miss her big smile, her soft voice, and her British accent. Today, I would like to recite the 23rd Psalm for her. "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leads me to paths of righteousness. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and staff, they comfort me. You preparest a table before in the presence of mine enemies. You anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen." Please keep Margaret, her sons, Peter and John, and their families in your prayers. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lynette. I represent the Daughters of the British Empire. And I've lost the piece of paper with all of my notes on it, so it's underneath that table back there. But Margaret was an absolute treasure. She was a member of the Daughters of the British Empire since 2011, and she was very, very active. She was also our treasurer. I think she's been the rounds doing the treasurer for various organizations here, and she was wonderful. We really appreciate the number of times that she stepped up to do things when often nobody else would. Treasurer is a hard position to fill. And she was always the very first to show up to help set up and the last one to leave when we were taking down. She volunteered for everything, and she was always there with a ready smile and a cheery spirit. And we really do appreciate it. She was a treasure to every single one of us. And when I first started to be very active with the Daughters of the British Empire, she was a guide and a lead. She wasn't afraid to tell me if I was going down the wrong path, but always did it very kindly and very gently. So she had she was very kind, she was very gentle, but she wasn't afraid to voice her opinion. And that was also very much treasured, because you knew when you talked to Margaret that what you got back was the truth. That when she talked to you, when she said you were doing something right or you were doing something wrong, she did it from a place of wisdom and a place of kindness and a place of being helpful. And I think I can speak for every member of the Daughters of the British Empire. We will miss her. We will miss her so much. So as you enjoy today, make sure that you share your memories with everyone else, because that's the one thing that we take away from a gathering like this, is things that we didn't know about the person we cared about. And like the story about the bus was absolutely phenomenal. I really liked it, and it embodied her spirit. So I'm going to be able to take that away from here. So make sure you share those with everyone around you so that we all have something extra special to take away. Thank you.
I'm Paul Clare from the Audubon Society. Margaret was a member of our chapter, which was called Laguna Hills Audubon, but it really should have been called Laguna Woods Audubon, because she was a member of our board. All the people on the board of directors lived here. We had our monthly meetings and programs here. All of our bird walks originated here. So it really should have been Laguna Woods Audubon. Margaret took over as treasurer. Judy had invited her to join our board, and now I've learned that she was treasurer of all other organizations. I never knew that. And I thought, well, this is amazing. We have somebody who's really professional. We had an older gentleman who was our treasurer. It was always a mystery of what was going on, with the bank accounts and the CDs, but I don't know. Margaret took over, no problems at all. Anything that had to be done, she did. She did perfectly. I just want to say she was an asset to our organization, and it was a delight to know her. Thank you.
We still have a bit of time if there are others who want to share. I just wanted to break in to share a couple of pieces of writing from folks. One is from Val, her daughter-in-law, who is not able to be here today. She writes, Margaret was my mother-in-law. I was very lucky to have her and her husband Bill as in-laws. We all had a very nice relationship for a long time. I learned lessons from both of them that I remember to this day. When my firstborn Ben came along, her first grandson, she asked if it would be okay if she and Bill moved close by so they could visit often. Sure, I said, glad at the thought of free childcare. So she and Bill sold their house and furniture and moved across the country to be close to us. Margaret was a wonderful mother-in-law. Lucky for me, Margaret decided up front that we were going to have a good relationship. Here's an example. When my son was a toddler, I bought him most of the age-appropriate toys from Toys R Us. Big toys and little toys, and toys with lots of pieces. My son and I played with these toys a lot. When Margaret and Bill would come over, the toys acted like a minefield on the living room floor, waiting to trip them up as they worked their way from the front door to sit down on the couch. I always felt a little embarrassed about the situation, but Margaret and Bill never made a negative comment about it. After this going on for a long time, there was once when Margaret and Bill came over and my living room was nice and neat with all the toys in their place. I was glad for that, and I did think I would get a nice comment from them. But again, Margaret and Bill didn't say anything. When I thought about it, I realized what a good lesson this was. They were here not to enjoy themselves and have a good time. They were here to enjoy themselves and have a good time. To play with their grandson and to talk and laugh. They were not concerned in the least bit about my housework skills. Mostly it made me feel more relaxed and not judged. Great lesson. That was 26 years ago. The other letter that I wanted to share is from Maggie, who was a long-term housekeeper that graduated into a caregiver for Margaret. She says, I write this letter to express my deepest condolences on the passing of Margaret. The loss of such a sweet lady has left a void in my life. Margaret has touched my life with her warmth and compassion and gentle spirit. Her unwarranted compassion, her unwarranted kindness and generosity endeared her to all whom had the privilege of knowing her. The memories I have of Margaret will forever be cherished. Her kindness will continue to inspire me, reminding me to live with the same grace and empathy that she exemplified. I'm happy to know you are in a better place. No pain. May you all find comfort and solace in the beautiful memories you shared with her. It was beautiful working with you 16 years with heartfelt sympathy, Maggie Rodriguez. If anyone else would like to share a memory or a thought, we have a bit more time.
Good afternoon all. My name is Frank Serval. I was the president of the Old Scottish Country Dance Club. And surprise, surprise, Margaret was our treasurer. She did keep us all the time in the black, never got into the red when Margaret was there. She had the job for life, especially when we realised that she knew how to deal with bank robbers. Because in her day as a bank employee, she had dealt with a bank robber very quickly. Margaret became a member of our club right at the very beginning, so she was actually a founding member. And she stayed with us all the way to the very end of the club. And I can honestly say that she hardly ever missed one evening, except when she became frail at the end. She loved the music and the dancing, especially when I haven't prepared anything just now, I'm just saying things that come off the top of my head. She was especially dancing when we put in some North of England tunes. Her feet were always tapping to the music, and coming from Newcastle, she would have been referred to as a Geordie. You can tell I'm Scottish. She joined the Scottish club. She was not Scottish, but she was a close neighbour, because Newcastle, Geordie line is just over the border. And I always remember, Margaret, when I started putting on some Northern English folk songs. When music came on, she would join in and start singing and stamping her feet, and she knew all the words. One song in particular was Laden Races, which is the national anthem of Newcastle. She knew every 26 verses of that song. And there was a chorus between each one. And it's a very catchy tune, and I can just see Margaret now. and she knew every word to it. So she was really a great member of our club. Margaret was born in 1932, same year as me. I was her senior actually by a few months, so I always let her know that I was the one in charge. So she was born in Newcastle in 1932. The 1930s were not a very special time to be growing up in. Depression, there was a shortage of jobs, shortage of money, shortage of food, except for a privileged few. So everybody had to bring themselves up as best can. If you had ambition and the will to go on, you would go on. And Margaret was full of that. There's only one lady who goes up, and Margaret became a great lady in her day. That's about all I can remember now. I'll remember more later on. Memory's gone now. So, Margaret, we'll miss you very, very much, and we shall all eventually be coming to meet you. So we'll see you again, but hope you have a lot of patience and wait for us. Thank you very much.
Well, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Margaret's son, Peter. Sorry. I would like to thank everybody for coming to celebrate Mom's life. She loved her life here in the village. She loved her Friday game night with friends playing cards and dominoes. She loved all nights. She loved swimming, putting on the show for the world famous Margarets. She loved participating with the Daughters of British Empire and supporting their causes. She loved her needlework group, making things for various charities. She loved supporting PEO and women's education. She loved doing these things with men with you in this room. And I just want to thank you all for making her life here so rich. I'd like to thank Reverend Kent, Judy, and Luann for helping to put this together. You did a great job. We feel very helpful. Thank you. I just want to say thanks again. After we have some food, I'm going to play a little video, so please stick around after there's some food. Thank you.
So thank you all for sharing from the heart. And I know that there are a lot more memories and stories out there. I know some of you want to hear about this bank robbery situation. A few of you know the story at least. I'm sure you've noticed there is an incredible spread of food here with incredible place settings. I expect nothing less from this crowd or from Margaret's friends. Stick around, enjoy the stories, enjoy the video. There's a hand in the back. Yes.
I just
want to shout out to Lynette. She did. Yes.
So, ever the practical person, in a document on her computer, Margaret left instructions for tying up her affairs. It seemed appropriate to close with these words. She said, "I have had a good life with a good man and good kids and their families, especially Ben. Hardly any regrets, which don't amount to a hill of beans. I've lived every day to the fullest and with good friends and a love of God to sustain me. What more could I ask for? I love you all." So before we leave this time and this place, I want to invite us to take a short moment of silence to honor Margaret's life and to prepare our hearts for the journey ahead. Blessed by this gathering and by the memory and life of Margaret, let us go now in peace. And I think Judy is going to dismiss us table by table for food as we have some music.
I thought since there's so many of us that we should go table by table to get the food, and then the daughters of the British Empire are going to help serve tea, right? Okay, so let's start out. How about, I wonder about the folks that's sitting around the edge too, if you can balance your plates. I hope so. Let's start out with this table right here and you five right there against the wall.
Vicky, how long are you going to be here?
For the people that don't have plates, you'll find extra plates and
Okay.
flatware on the table back there.
Okay.
We have some business to take care of.
Okay.
Margaret was a sister in India with us. So London County went short lived. All the delicacies. Honestly,
Never felt that much love. She was a really special And how you guys felt about her? Really? Would watch, and I see you guys coming out, I was just right out. I just wanted to hang out with you.
we enjoy spending time together.
Yeah, I'm sure it
too. So we enjoy having
Yeah. Just that personality. I'm so blessed to get a chance to meet her. Just meet you guys. You know, like here and everything.
Gotta go grab some food.
Let's have this next table. Can you see me pointing to you? And guess what? Half and half for the tea is on the way. It's not here. It's in my refrigerator. So be patient. Anyway, this table next. If any of you are against the wall, you can pull a chair up to the table. There's room for 7 around the table.
This is the last one. Which table she just Really good
Yeah, you did a great job.
I'm not an ambulance chaser. I called Baker. Do you need ambulance?
Not right now. We're actually going to hold on to the place right now.
Good for you. Good for you. The last rent was $28.75.
Oh, really?
But anyway, do you want my card?
Sure, I'll take it. Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny line for your mom.
Okay.
Sheila just passed away. Sheila was in the movie, and it was two of them were friends. And something really affected. Sheila went up to tell me,
Okay, the next table. I see Bunny. Are you after that table? Go girl. Get the food.
Where are you?
Is it on one of those papers? I'll look.
It's 279.
Okay.
And the street is Avenue.
All right. Didn't ask me to ask you. Okay. Oh, you made it. Okay.
Can we go ahead and play this video? Just gonna start the video.
Nora. Okay. Here, I'll let you
Just like your father.
Peter, you want to come and sit with us? Dr.
Fantastic job. That was neat. Good job. Yeah, that was a good job. I did not. This is still as close as I get.
Stay well, Peter.
Thank you. You too.
You were with Sarah first tonight. With your mother. She was an angel. She's with the angels, we know.
Yes.
This was lovely.
Yes, it was.
She would have been very proud.
Yes, appreciate all the time.
Well, you know, I found out about the pins, and you don't send them in, so just the family can keep it. Well, maybe I'll see you out in the village. Good. I'm glad you're going to move. Yeah.
I just wanted to give you was that made up by you guys?
Yeah, I made it.
Oh, you really?
Actually, have you seen her? There's a website called Everlove. Have you seen that? No. I can send you a link for it. Everlove is a memorial website. Oh, okay. And to get started.
Laguna Woods. Oh no, just put me to a website over there. So. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot more? Okay.
Last thing on page 3. You can watch it on YouTube. We're going to be here for about a week. We have to do some paperwork. We'll be here for a week. We see how we have to get it. I still haven't talked about Tyler stuff. I'm not sure what we're going to do. I have to talk to my brother.
Your name and your address? She's at different from me.
Well, if I can't remember, I'll just come and knock on the door. I won't just walk in.
Aren't you 17?
Okay, so one thought was
Thanks for coming.
Peter, I wanted to say goodbye. Very nice meeting you. Yeah. Now, if you guys have a meeting, if you guys have